Hey guys, Ajax22 here, and I just wanted to share a work in progress I've been tinkering on. This is my Mad Max AK, also known as the Heavy Metal AK. I don't really have a proper name for it yet, but as you can see, it's kind of inspired by the whole post-apocalyptic genre, right down to the crummy welding jobs. Yeah, this is an old one that I've had for a long time. This is one of the original California build party guns dating back to, well, as I recall, it was 11/17 of 2007, which was, you know, an eon ago. But yeah, the very first Fresno build party that happened. This was one that we got cut down and bent, and it you know, sat in a parts box for a long time. Started out life as a complete Romanian G kit, back when they were dirt cheap and plentiful. And cutting down a Romanian into a pistol was a viable and reasonable thing to do. Yeah, so this one got trimmed. I actually used the Allen wrench keys that come with scopes to do all this stuff. I gotta heat them up and bend some of them straight. I'm gonna leave them pretty ugly, but this is actually retained using the bayonet lug on the front. It's not fitted, it's gonna slide a little bit farther back. I had leftover sheet metal from M11 kits, and as you can see, I'm making a front sight thing. I'm going to remove the actual rear sight and probably mill that flat. Haven't fully decided yet. The welding was left intentionally rough. I'm going to knock off some of the stuff that keeps catching on clothing and stuff, make it a little more reasonable to deal with. Maybe wet it down with a oxyacetylene torch, but it's kind of cool. I really like how the extended controls came out. The chunk of 9mm barrel that I had kicking around made a great extension there, really easy to use. And this is a chunk of barrel that got cut down. I'm probably going to tap it or fill weld it or something, but it hangs on pretty good. This one might wind up breaking off. Sorry about that, my phone glitched. Yeah, this might break off just because there's a decent amount of reciprocating mass, and you know, it's welded to the original charging handle, which, you know, I've heard doesn't always work. But if you can tell, I ground this about halfway through, then lined it up and welded it together pretty deeply in penetrating the steel. So I think it'll work. If not, I had a buddy had a Galil style handle TIG welded on that wound up snapping off after a decent number of rounds. I may extend out the takedown lever, even though this doesn't take down conventionally yet. You have to actually knock the sight base off. This whole assembly up front isn't welded to the receiver. It actually uses a chunk of Mac flat as a tab to hold itself in place there, and then up front this is going to have, this isn't done, once it's threaded to AK spec, it'll have a nut retaining it on from there, and I'll probably weld a washer to locate it once it's exactly where I want it to be. I'm gonna probably trim these a little bit more and add a rod across, maybe all the way across to the front, just to make it more aesthetically pleasing. I may add another one or two of these little posts farther back once this is, you know, fitted so that it slides all the way back. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm gonna do something with the grip that's different than this. Don't know what yet. This back piece is another chunk of Mac that got welded into place. I notched it out so that it didn't get in the way of the spring, and then just blasted it onto a cut down Romanian trunnion and to the receiver itself. So there's a couple of holes that I'm going to wind up fill welding, and then, you know, that'll be all she wrote. Gas system in this is not cut down yet. I still have to drill the hole for the gas port, and I have to cut the piston to length, press it, weld it together. I might have somebody else TIG weld that for me, just because that's functional, critical to function. And then, we go through and clean up the inside of the welds where I blew through on the top cover. Shouldn't have done that. And just, at some point I got to make it actually work. But yeah, I really like how it came together. It's pretty epic. I'm a fan of this. I like how it's all. I believe it captures the spirit of the Mad Max, or what Mad Max firearms should be. Yeah. And then because it had the G on there, and I was listening to some heavy metal while working on it, because, got to have the right atmosphere to do this stuff. Turn the G into glory, and then fame on the other side. I'm going to go make that deeper, but yeah, I dig it. Yeah, that's what I got on this one. So nothing too terribly crazy. Yeah, gotta do something with the grip. A lot of little stuff, a lot of little functional stuff. Hopefully I'll get this all knocked out and make a video firing it. Still gotta make put the fire control group on it, mag lock it, do all the usual shenanigans, in addition to making it run and making it pretty. And of course, there are parts of this thing that are kicking around and have been for the last, 2007. It's now 2015. Yeah, I've been sitting on this one a while. So finally getting around to it. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully I'll get to some of the other videos I need to be doing updates on here shortly. Thanks. Have a good one.